kind, compassionate, and selfless. That's how the colleagues of Dr. James Mahoney describe him. They say he would come to work here every day at the University Hospital of Brooklyn with a big smile. His patients loved him, and he loved them right back.
He worked day and night, so he was taking care of the sickest of all patients.
62-year-old Dr. James Mahoney was supposed to retire in January after a successful career that spanned more than 40 years, working mostly with critically ill patients inside the intensive care unit here at the University Hospital of Brooklyn and Kings County Hospital. But when the COVID-19 pandemic hit, Dr. Mahoney sprung into action. Dr. Mufazar Raymond worked alongside Mahoney for 2 decades.
He actually stepped up to do things to help people when he could have been hurt, and he was hurt, and he paid the ultimate price.
On April 27th, Mahoney passed away from complications from COVID-19. His death devastated the Brooklyn medical community and broke the hearts of his patients. His nickname was Charlie with his family, but his colleagues called him the Jay-Z of Downstate. Dr. Raymond says his friend was very charismatic and always gave back to his community.
Calling him the Jay-Z of Downstate, I don't think an exaggeration at all. I mean, you look at a perspective of what Dr. Mahoney did for our community.
An advocate, compassionate, competent, and an educator.
Dr. Sandra Scott is the chairperson of the emergency department at Brookdale Hospital and worked with Mahoney in the 90s at Kings County Hospital. Scott was fresh out of residency, and Mahoney was her mentor.
There were very few physicians of color, and he actually decided to dedicate himself to the Brooklyn community.
Scott says her mentor was a tireless educator, training thousands of future physicians just like her how to be better doctors, but also human beings.
What was so beautiful about him was that he, throughout his entire career, remained an advocate for taking care of the poor.
When it happened to Dr. Mahoney, it's almost like they took the wind out of our sails. We will never replace him.
Dr. Mahoney leaves behind a wife and 3 children and thousands of future leaders in medicine and thousands of patients he saved. In East Flatbush, Monica Morales, Pix 11 News.